Welcome to GrizzlieKnits, episode 11. I'm Tracy, and this is a knitting and crocheting podcast. I feel like I haven't done this in a while, so it's really nice to be back, and I'm so glad that you're joining me. I have one new object, some things to show you, some happy mail, things I'm working on, and something I am going to be starting soon. Okay, let's just get right into it. So, finished object. I made myself a hat because if you remember, I had 0 hats that I made myself in 2020. So I started the year off right and made myself a hat. I'm just going to show you a little closer. It is a pattern by Lady J Crochet, and it is called the Everest Beanie. And it was so much fun, such a great pattern. You can see there's a lot of detail, but it really wasn't hard. So I followed the directions exactly, and I used a worsted weight yarn, Vantage Choice, a very affordable yarn that I got online in the slate gray. And it's really warm with the brim, so you can fold down the brim and make it like more slouchy, but I think I'm going to keep it like this just to keep my ears extra warm on our Canadian freezing winters. Okay, so the pom-pom, I wanted to show you this really cool pom-pom. I found a pom-pom maker in, I think, Ottawa. Yes, Ottawa, and her name is JBK Crochet. I'll link everything down below if you're interested. And I bought some pom-poms. Here they are. I have to keep these away from one of the dogs. They get very excited. I think they think they're little animals. But they're really beautiful pom-poms. I love the colors I chose. And a thing that I really liked about them, they come with this long string. So they're really easy to attach. You just kind of push it through the hole and knot it and then sew it in. It was very easy. They are not removable. And I know you can get removable ones. Maybe one day I'll try those, but for now, these were just perfect. So yeah, so that's my finished object, the Everest Beanie. Oh, I'm just gonna show you a picture of it. There it is. Lady J Crochet has some amazing patterns that she had a big sale and I bought quite a few, so I'll be probably making more things this year from her. Okay, that's really my only finished object. The rest of the things I've been working on, I think we'll start with socks. My sock journey continues into 2021. So I would say for me, socks have been the most challenging thing I have ever made. I'm getting better. It's starting to click, but there's still some bumps in the road. So I tried another pattern. I've been watching Crazy Sock Lady for a while now. I love her podcast. She's just so down to earth, and I love seeing what she's working on. And she has amazing tutorials to go with her patterns. So I bought very inexpensive, I think it was like not even $3, the vanilla socks, just a plain vanilla sock pattern, because I'm still on vanilla socks. And I was watching the tutorial a little bit because I'm still having a little trouble with my heel and gusset. But, and I had this yarn for quite a while now. It is by Opal, and it is their Monet series. And what they do is, I don't know if you can see this, it's a little painting by Monet, and they take the colors from the painting and put them into their socks, which is really nice and really attracted me to it. I bought this a while ago, before I knew as much as I do now about sock yarn, and it is virgin wool. So virgin wool is not the softest. it's not like horrible, but it is not like superwashed merino or any of the really softer yarns that I've been working with more. So I can't say they're the softest, but I think that they're going to be good. And because I'm still learning, it's good to not pull out my amazing yarns. So this is it so far. So I'm on 2.25 millimeter needles, DPNs. So I have this part done, and I have to be honest, this I think I had to do 3 times. I don't know what was happening. Things were going south. I don't know what I was doing, but her tutorials helped me a lot. But I did have to try it again a few times. I'm also having an issue. I don't know if anyone could help me in the comments. I'm still getting that ladder line, even though I'm pulling really tight when I change DPNs. I can still see it. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's like a little line here, so I don't know how to quite fix that. I don't know if it's just practice. The gray is much softer, and that was just in my stash. I don't really know what it was, just a little bit of gray. And so this is the other one so far. I started the heel again, and I don't know if you can see the line more. Yeah, like it's just not, there's still like, I don't know. There's still something that's not right. But we're gonna keep going because I'm gonna get this. I'm not giving this up. So that's what I've been working on, and it's taking me a long time because I had to redo the heel quite a few times, but I think the heel part is starting to click. So I don't know. We'll see. But it's a great pattern, and she has so many beautiful patterns, but I really feel I can't move on to, like, you know, lace socks and all the prettiness out there until I get this a little better. So been working on that. We'll see where it goes. Okay, something else I've been working on in my little homespun house basket is my Advent shawl. This project is amazing. It is bringing me so much happiness and joy right now. Oh, I love it. So if you remember, I got the Advent yarn pack collection from Allison Barnes Yarn, and the colors were just out of this world. Like, I can't even, there's no words. You just have to, you'll have to see. So I showed this last time, the Dust of Snow wrap by Helen Stewart, and she's like one of my favorite wrap shawl designers. And it is especially for Advent calendars. And I will show you, whoops, what's happening with this. Here it is. So this is it so far. So I've been following my Advent calendar, the way that I've opened it, opened each one up. So you can see the different colors, and it's almost like it's turning into this like rainbow gradient, a magnificent yumminess that I'm really loving. Oh, I still have my little Santa progress keeper. I'm going to change that because we're not really in that season anymore. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. I mean, I love it. It's so good. Oh, one thing, if you were to make this, well, first of all, before I go on, I'm not even halfway done this. Like, it's a piece. It's a job. I don't know if I'm going to do it as long as Helen Stewart. Like hers just almost goes down to the floor, and I'm not that big. But at the same time, I do want it to like be a piece, like a wrap piece. So I'm just going to keep going. And then I'm going to like make sure that at the end, I do the end part, because the end part is the only part that's kind of like out of pattern. So I will make sure of that. The colors, I just brought 2 colors to show you what's next. So we're in our greens, and then there's this beautiful green here. And then it goes into this like jewel color. You can see that. And then we're going to start moving into blues and purples. It's quite something. One thing I wanted to mention, if you were to do this wrap, something that helped me, I was making quite a few mistakes with the pattern until I separated each section with little markers, just little light bulb markers. So like I at the pattern part, I would just count quickly. Okay, I have 12, I can move on. Because I found when I wasn't doing that, I'd get to the end of the row and I'd have like an extra stitch or something. And then because there's a lot of yarn overs, and sometimes if you forget one yarn over, you know, you're screwed. So it worked out. This is helping me a lot. I haven't made any mistakes since I've been doing it a little more carefully with breaking it up like this. Yeah. So let's look at it again, shall we? Ah, I love it. Oh my goodness. Oh, so pretty. All right, so that's been fun. Like that's a treat to work on. Oh, here's another color. I think this is after. I haven't even rolled this one up yet, so look at that blue, the blues in there and the purples. I think this one's transitioning us to the blues and then purples. So pretty. Okay, so there's that. And the third thing I have is a gift knit. And I think the person I'm giving this to watches this. But so if you are my sister-in-law, please turn this off. If you're not my sister-in-law, you can keep watching. So that's good news. Unless, of course, she wants to see what I'm making her. But I think it'd be fun if she didn't see what I was making her and she just opened it up in the mail and there it was. Okay, so turn off. You know who you are. Okay, I am knitting the Eba Garden Shawl by Hoki Locatelli. And there it is. And I am so excited to say I am right here. So this is my 30 minutes of knitting. If you remember last year, I was doing 30 minutes of knitting on my red sweater that I lost steam with. And it made me finish. Like it's a miracle thing. I don't know what it is. I got the idea from Crazy Sock Lady, but I know that Nitty Natty, who is a great podcaster, she is doing it too. So lots of people on Instagram are hashtagging 30 minutes of knitting and all that kind of stuff. So I really recommend doing it if you have a project that feels like it's just, you know, plugging along. It's great. And so I've been doing my 30 minutes of knitting for this. There it is. So it is actually quite big. It's just really bunched up right now on these needles. These are 4.5 millimeter needles, and I'm following pattern exactly. So it's going to be like that. And I'm on the last section. So it's got some, it's got some slip stitches, some slip stitching detail every so often, which makes it kind of nice and interesting. And then I'm going to be on my lace work. So I got to go slow with lace work. I'm not going to lie to you. I got to concentrate, and I'm going to do my putting in my markers so that after every row I count, because I find if I don't do that, something happens and then I waste a lot of time having to go back. So this part is like you know, kind of mindless. And then now we're getting into concentration time. But I love it. It's great. This yarn was from a box. I think it was Muskoka box. I think now they're called Yarn Interrupted. It was a subscription box that I got a few years ago. So that's where this yarn came from, this really pretty blue. And then the gray, I've added the gray to it. And I really enjoyed this. So I'm already starting to think, okay, what's going to be my next 30-minute of knitting a day? That doesn't mean you only knit for 30 minutes a day. Like, if I counted how many minutes I knit a day, I don't even know what that would be. This is just like, you're a little more disciplined. So it's like, okay, I've got to do my 30 minutes on this particular project every single day. And then you see it grow, and it's really great. And you get things finished, which is nice too. Okay, so that is really all I'm working on. I have been taking Sundays for Scrappy Sundays. I think I'm going to do a separate podcast for that. I really enjoy the podcasts that just show their scrappy projects, and I have 3 on the go right now. So I think that would be a nice little podcast that I'll do. Okay, what else do I have to show you? Oh, I got some happy mail. Before I show you that, I did want to show you my next, I'm already starting to think what sock yarn I'm going to do for my next socks. And because it's a little rough, I really want to work in something soft. So I got this a while ago by Cozy Posy Yarn, and it's this really pretty green with a little bit of brown in it. It is called Luna Moth. So I'm going to put that with, if you remember my mod shawl, in the classic sock. This was called Color Test by Autumn and Indigo. And it's just that little bit of, it's kind of like a golden brown. And I thought it would look really pretty with this. So this will be the next pair of socks I make. And a couple of things in the mail I did get some yarn. This is by Akara Yarns, and she is an Ontario dyer. Wait, is she an Ontario dyer? Hold on, I wrote this down. Oh yeah, she's an Ontario dyer. And this is her on her bulky weight. I actually got this for to make something for my Etsy shop. Something I have in mind. But I just wanted to show you this yarn because it's really beautiful. This is called Oil Slick. This one is called Rusty, I have my glasses, Rusty something, Rusty Braca? Rocks? Rusty something. This one is called Inasi. And this one is Peppermint Bark. Oh, so nice. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to making something for my shop in those. I have been doing a lot of knitting for my shop. Nothing has been kind of released yet. So when I do release things, I thought it'd be nice if during a podcast, I just show one thing and tell you a little bit about it, and what yarn I used and what pattern I used. Even though it's not for me, it's for my shop, because I think a lot of people still really like to know that, and you might be interested in making it for yourself if you are a knitter. The last thing I got in the mail, I saw this, my friend Christy from Farmhouse Knits put this on her Instagram stories, this tiny little wooden flower circle thing, but it's magic because it's magnetic and you just put your needles on. And I just thought that is like the best thing I've ever seen. So I keep it on my desk. And when I'm sewing in my ends, I'm always losing these needles, and I'm not losing them anymore. So I really like that. She got it off Amazon. I got it off Amazon. Mine took a really long time to come. I don't know where they're coming from. It took like over a month to come, but it was worth it because it's so cute and it's practical. Anyway, so that's about it. That's all I have to show today. I hope everyone is doing really, really well. I am in Ontario, Canada. We are in a lockdown and we have our stay-at-home orders. And yeah, just hoping things turn around this year for everybody. And hope everyone is staying safe and well. And just grateful I have my knitting to keep me entertained, and grateful that the post is still working and I'm getting my deliveries of yarn. And I hope that you're enjoying your knitting time or crocheting time or whatever makes you happy. And I will see you next time. Thanks, everyone.